Kinsey Schofield. Kinsey, welcome back to the Independent Republic of Mike Graham. Good to see you once again. It's extraordinary, isn't it, the Ministry of Defence, which is supposed to be the thing that guards us here in the realm of King Charles and the royal family, manages to leak a story on its own website that it wasn't meant to do.
That's right. I mean, we do believe that they were asked to remove the mention once they realized that the princess's attendance at the parade was not confirmed by the palace.
Right.
You know, I believe, this is my personal opinion, I believe we can expect to see her there, and this is just a tug of war between two communication offices. But it was an error that created further speculation about Catherine's status, which has been an absolute PR nightmare for the palace over the last few months. Headlines yesterday immediately started circulating that said, you know, Kate's first appearance announced, exclamation point, or we won't see her until June, question mark. So it was not a good look for the Ministry of Defense. But at the end of the day, like I said, I do believe that we can look forward to seeing her there.
Yeah, absolutely. And I imagine what's been going on inside of the palace PR machine is that, you know, look, we told everybody that she wasn't going to be around until after Easter. Why are you all making all this fuss about where she is and asking questions and trying to make 2 and 2 make 75 and all of these weird conspiracy theories? But even William, Prince William, was forced to make some kind of statement, albeit a short one, today.
Right. He said, I'm focused on my work. I'm not focused on social media, which is what you would expect from the heir to the throne. You would hope he's not sitting somewhere scrolling right now to see what people are saying about him and his wife. I think that there is a lot of frustration, and they're realizing that they're having to deal with an amount of scrutiny that the palace had never had to deal with before. Can you imagine if Twitter or TikTok would have been around during the Princess Di and, you know, Prince Charles saga? My God, what a nightmare that would have been.
I know. I mean, that was in the days when you had to read the newspapers for all of the revelations, because that was literally the only place where they appeared. But, I mean, that picture that was taken and appeared on TMZ, I presume is still up on the TMZ website. Oh, yeah. Of course, we didn't run it in this country. We sort of made a pact with the royal family that we wouldn't run certain pictures. So lots of people have seen it. Some people think the theory goes that actually they released it or told everybody where she was going to be so that it would take a bit of heat away from them.
Yeah, look, the Princess of Wales is not Meghan Markle, who we know used to call paparazzi on herself as she exited her yoga studio. Thank you, Omid Scobie, for revealing that detail and finding freedom. No, the Princess of Wales does not navigate the media world that way. You can tell she was caught off guard, and I felt like that photo was a violation of her privacy, and I refused to share it as well. I do think we need to respect them under these circumstances. Do I think, you know, I struggle because I worked in PR for 10 years. I don't know how the palace could have navigated this differently, although I think they could have. I can't come up with a better solution. But I agree that those pictures should not be shared because, you know, it's a mother and her daughter dealing with we don't know what.
Yes, exactly right. Meanwhile, there's some more pictures that may or may not enter the public domain, and these are coming from somebody a bit more sort of, shall we say, fruity, a dominatrix, or maybe a former dominatrix, who says that she hung out with Prince Harry when he used to be much more fun, sort of slumming it around naked in Las Vegas playing pool. I remember those pictures. She says she's got some other pictures that she wants to sell.
Yeah, and don't forget, this is also TMZ. TMZ released these, the original pictures in 2012, and the British media struggled as to whether or not they were, you know, newsworthy enough to share over there, and inevitably they broke down and did share these pictures. This is now she's a 52-year-old stripper named Carrie Royale. She allegedly met and kissed the prince during this wild Vegas romp, and she's threatening to distribute new uncensored photos of Prince Harry that haven't been seen before on her OnlyFans page. Now, OnlyFans is a website where someone can pay a monthly fee to have more access to personalities, and by more access, I'm like politely saying explicit content. Yes. But now OnlyFans has intervened, and they've confirmed that they have deactivated her account. In a statement, they said the creator's account has been deactivated and they have been banned from the platform for threatening to share non-consensual images, intimate images. And that was my biggest concern, Mike, because just as I said about the Princess of Wales, I think that this is an invasion of Prince Harry's privacy.
Yes.
And in the States, this sounds a lot like revenge porn. She
I was gonna-
specifically stated she was leaking these images
Yeah.
because she was angry that she was excluded from his book. I consulted with an attorney here who said that this very much could have gotten her into legal trouble had she pursued.
Well, absolutely right. I mean, revenge porn is taken very seriously now, certainly in this country, and you know, it's a criminal offence, and somebody, in fact, went to jail for it only recently here. So, in a way, it shows that perhaps some of these social media companies are growing up a little bit, maybe.
I think you're right because they acted so quickly, which I was surprised about. In some cases, you think that they might have sat back and enjoyed the PR spree to get new people checking out their website. But I think that there is a lot to criticize Harry and Meghan for, but when you toe the line, or when you cross, I should say, when you cross the line in this arena, what you're doing is you're giving their arguments about online bullying, and you're giving them the legitimate platform to discuss online bullying and online harassment when you harass them online this way.
Right. And also to make a buck as well, which is never a good look, really, is it? One final one, Kinsey. I've just spotted this, funnily enough, on social media. A story about some documents that might be being released in Florida in the coming sort of 24 hours with regards to Jeffrey Epstein. You may not have seen this because it's a relatively new sort of breaking story, but some suggestion that some new Jeffrey Epstein court papers are going to be released, which may compromise in some way or may make Prince Andrew's situation even more awkward than it so far is. I believe it's something to do with a victim of Epstein who's got some papers which are coming out into the public arena.
So from what I understand, these are documents that could be unsealed within the next 24 hours. Prince Andrew is aware of them. I believe he was warned a few days ago that this could potentially be happening. Epstein is really just the fly that will not go away when it comes to Prince Andrew's universe. And I think that that's why royal watchers like myself are frustrated at Christmas when we see Prince Andrew there, even in a family capacity, are upset when he's leading the family into a memorial. Again, even in a family capacity, it's not a good look. Perception is reality, and he really needs to be pushed aside. Otherwise, he is the face of the firm when all hell breaks loose.
Yeah. Well, exactly right. And also, this is the story that doesn't go away. I mean, I was surprised to see Prince Andrew's name trending on Twitter here in the UK again, and it's all because of this.
Oh, exactly. I want to tell you that I think that he dreads it, but the fact of the matter is he continues to show up. He continues to have the smug smirk on his face, and he continues to somehow get away with, becoming the face of the royal family. When the royal family is down, these important members, these popular members, and these, backgrounds clean members like the Princess of Wales, it's not a great reflection to have Prince Andrew be the one that's showing up and representing the royal family, because you are who you associate with. And I think he muddies the waters.
Yeah, I think that's absolutely right. Kinsey, great to see you again. Thank you very much indeed. Kinsey Schofield there.